Hello, Pauper fam. Thomas coming in real quick to give you some notes before we pop into this week's episode, which we recorded in the car on our way home from NRG Indy this past weekend. We had such a blast, y'all. It was so much fun. It was a huge success. We capped at 64 players. We met a bunch of listeners. Y'all were super cool. We signed some cards. We had laughs. We played great games of Pauper. It was a great time. We really had such a great time, and we hope you all did too who came out. Huge thank you to NRG and to Mark, of course, for putting this together with us, and really just doing the lion's share of the organizing, and y'all showed up, and it really means a lot. We'll share a lot more of that sentiment as we go through the episode, but I did want to let you know a couple of things beforehand. The first being that since we recorded this episode in the car, as much as I have a couple of lav mics that are totally fine, there is quite a bit of driving on the highway background noise and maybe not the clearest audio that you might be used to hearing on Common Ground. So if, no shade to anyone who decides maybe I won't listen all the way through to this one because the audio quality, I'm a little biased because I listen to it through the edit. So I think it's really not as bad, and I have done some work to it to get it to be a little bit more listenable. But, we will also be recording this next week to go over more over the deck list from the event, talk about our vibes. Maybe we've had some requests in the email for maybe a little bit more of a deep dive on fog. Maybe we'll do that. Who knows? But again, no shade if you decide, I can't quite get through this one, but I think the vibes are definitely there. If you want like a vibe, like day of how our vibes were, kind of a quick recap and just like chilling in the car on the way back from a Magic Tournament vibes, then I think you'll enjoy the episode. I also want to make a couple of notes of upcoming events before we get into it, in case you decide that this episode is not for you. We have so many events coming up. Most notably, I will call out our own event, the Common Ground Cup. The second Common Ground Cup is coming to you all on August 2nd. It'll be in Columbia, Tennessee at Game Night. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be doing commentary again. There will be a trophy. There's extra prizes. It's cash guaranteed, scaling up to 2K, similar to NRG, with attendance and potentially beyond. Haven't got confirmation on our capacity and all that. We're having a meeting with Game Night, with Steven, the owner, and Josh and Kyle, who work there and do a lot of good work there. We're having a meeting with them literally tomorrow, Thursday, the day you hear this episode. And so I will hopefully have a lot more details to share in Discord, to share in the description of the event, to share in the description of the episode after it goes out, which will include potential hotel discount for anyone coming in out of town, the registration link, all of the details on pricing and things to expect, all of that. That will all be included as soon as possible. I know people are itching to get signed up, and we want to make sure that everyone who wants to play can play. Beyond that, we have a couple of other events that we want to shout out. Of course, the New York Pauper Open. Our friends at Upstate New York, they're having their second Pauper Open on August 9th. You can go sign up for that. Registration link is in the description. And then as well, there's another event that has popped up coming up Saturday, August 16th, a little more locally to us here in Nashville, in Murray, Kentucky at Enchanted Gaming. They're having a Pauper event. It's $20 to play. And the first prize is an Alpha Red Elemental Blast, which is super sick. I think it's being billed as a tribute, a memoriam tournament for Deadly Dispute. So everyone, I think, is going to be receiving a Deadly Dispute Final Fantasy the alternate art card as well, which is pretty sick. Anyway, yeah, lots of great Pauper to be played. And I also want to shout out, we'll also go over some lists. Pauper-Geddon is coming up this coming weekend, so stay tuned into Pauper-Geddon and see how our friends in Italy and across Europe and potentially the world are approaching the biggest event in Pauper that we get, including some great coverage, so go check that out. So we'll probably talk about that as well next week, as well as catching up with some deck lists from the Popping Off for Charity event that our friends in the Upstate New York Pauper crew put on as well. So we have a lot of things to catch up on this next week. But for this week, we hope you enjoy our vibes, our fun, our car chats, and again, we just really want to thank you all for being so awesome and getting to meet so many of you at Indy. And we hope to have more of these too, and keep growing the community, because y'all are cool, and we had a fun time doing this with y'all. So thank you so much, and without further ado, Let's listen to Common Ground, Car Edition, or something like that.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Common Ground Podcast. Your favorite podcast, your favorite format, Pauper. This is episode 82. I am your co-host, Cameron. What was my nickname? Someone told me to say. Cameron Schindler, joined as always by Thomas the Negotiator Gunn.
What was I negotiating, Cameron?
the fog discourse. We had a very nice discussion about fog in our Discord post last episode.
It was not quite all about fog, to be fair.
No.
Oh, not fog.
Did I say fog?
You said fog.
Oh my god.
It was a little about fog.
I meant to say
I got spun into fog.
But who is that? Is that High Tide's favorite the High Tide's favorite poster boy? Mr. James Hippo Hieronymus?
James Casting Chocobos Hieronymus.
I'm casting moves.
How are you doing?
I am wonderful. I am driving.
Yeah, you might hear the audio is a little poopier than normal, and I don't know.
It's not necessarily poopier. It's just that it's on two lav mics that are connected to my phone, and we are in a car.
Laugh.
We are recording the podcast on our way home from the NRG.
From NRG Indy.
Also joined by special guest, fucking Rally Master.
Yes.
Start 0-2, rattle off 4 wins in a row, sweep them victories under the rug, and get that cash. Derek, cast Faithless Looting, discard Fiery Temper, and alms the mace. Smith, the bread maker himself. Derek, what's up?
What's up, man?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Just watching Hippo drive.
Yeah. So as stated, it is Sunday, 10:21
Eastern time. We might cross over into Central Time on this podcast.
Yes.
Probably will.
Probably
In fact, I
will.
know we will.
Yeah. So we just passed Louisville. We were on our way back from the NRG in Indianapolis. We have stated just here, the tournament that we just played in, capped at 64 people. We would have had more, but the event was starting at noon. So the tournament organizers, shout out Mark, they're awesome, incredible for making this happen. The event started at noon, so the TOs just didn't want to add a 7th round, the 65th person. Very fair, because we were all pretty ready to go home after top 8.
This is very true.
Yes.
It's very true. Huge shout out and thank you to Mark for helping to organize this thing, to NRG for hosting it at all. And maybe this is just where we can get into it. I had a fucking blast meeting people. Like, so many of you who listen, who were able to come down and make this tournament. You came up to us, you said hi, we signed some cards. It was really, really, like, humbling, and like I don't want to sound like, this is something I like think about sometimes, because I have a hard time with like the content creator, like the parasocial, whatever. Like, no, it was super chill. Everyone was awesome.
Everybody,
like,
the vibes were
the vibes were great. Like, I felt like really, like, I felt like our content was seen, and not like in a like oh my god, it's like, no, it was just like, we're just chill, hanging out, having fun, and y'all see that, and y'all hear that on the pod every week, and we appreciate it.
And I think that's part of just like the Pauper vibes. It's like everybody who plays this format is we're slinging commons. I feel the format just attracts a certain vibe, and even the tournament, it was competitive REL, but all my opponents were so cool. Shout out to my opponent in round 2. I have his name. He's gonna think I'm terrible. I've met so many people today, and so many names. Oh my gosh, it's gone. Thomas. I'm panicking. Cut this.
Okay. I will still edit some of this.
Shout out to my round 2 opponent, Luke on Madness. Super chill. I think he got game 1. I got game 2. Game 3, we're battling it out with like 4 minutes left. I think I wrapped this board, and I have 2 campfires in play, and I weathered the storm to put me to 30-something. And he's like, yeah, man, you got it. I'm like, thank you so much for not. He's like, yeah, I won't stress you out. I'm like, thank you, because I'm going to play like the next 4 minutes just turboing my deck, looking through a stream of thought, and just trying to wrap this game up. But he was very, very chill. Had a sick King Gizzard shirt on, so we talked about.
That's who that King Gizzard shirt was.
Yeah,
And he made top 8.
yeah, he made top 8. I was his only loss. He
Yeah,
top 8, so
yeah.
that was really dope. Very good for my breakers. Thank you.
I literally collected that shirt as soon as I walked in the door this morning. I was like, that's a cool shirt.
Yeah.
No, it was awesome. Derek, do you have anything to just add off the rip for the vibes and the event and shit?
No, everybody I met was cool. It, like Cameron said, it just brings I don't know, the chillest people Magic has to offer to the tournaments. It's pretty. Nobody really bothers each other. Everyone just likes to play their games, go about their business. It's pretty chill.
Even there's still some cross match talking. You'll be playing your game and someone will be like, "Oh, that was sick!" Watching from another game.
Yeah.
I was sitting down across from an opponent, and the person to my left was like, "Are you Hippo?" And I was like, "I am." He's like, "Oh, I listen to your podcast all the time." I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah.
I had some of that come up too. It was really sweet.
Very, very fun. What did everybody play at this said tournament? Hippo?
I decided to play White Weenie. It's been crushing the online challenges over the last weekend, or this weekend actually.
Dude, you and everybody else decided to
We
play.
all decided to bring it.
It was very well
It was
represented.
more so than I thought it would be.
Do you think it's because it won the last 2 challenges?
I think it has something to do with that. Yes.
Yeah.
There were some people that were just going to play it regardless. It didn't matter. Dustin was going to play that deck, for example, and
Yep, shout out to Dustin, also Nash crew.
Yeah.
Top 8
also top 8.
with Mono White. He's a crack player. Every time he plays at our local game event, he's always in the top 8. Hippo, your Mono White list, you had Final Fantasy Spice, which is super
I
sick.
did. Cameron was very kind and lent me his set of summon. What is that card? Chocomo. Chocomo. Whatever the card's called. I got to play that card. It was cool. I also got to play TSM card, or not TSM. What was the set? It was the Dragon set, the last set that came out. I got to play the Assault Rogue Pack Beast. That card was cool. That card was exciting to cast.
That card was
More so, I think, than the Chocobo.
really.
Yeah.
I'm curious how the Chocobos felt in comparison to Guardian's Pledge.
So that is a thing that I did notice across some games. I think there were some moments where if I had a Guardian's Pledge instead of the Chocobo, I think I just auto win the game instead of giving my opponent another turn to get themselves out of a situation. That happened. So I was just like, there's arguments to both. I know Dustin played the Guardian's Pledges. I think if I had run it back, I probably would have played Guardian's Pledge instead.
Okay.
The 2-1 split I had, or it was Ramosian Rally and the Guardian's Pledges.
Can you hold any spots where you liked the 4 anthems spread across a turn?
I didn't get that far. I did not get that far. I think the most I had was 2.
Okay, fair. And at that point, it's a Guardian's Pledge, but you don't have the surprise factor as you would.
No, you don't have the surprise factor. But the deck's cool. I had fun playing it. I think it's very powerful. I think it's very strong.
Did you split 3-3?
No, so it was a 4-3 on the...
Your record overall.
Oh, sorry, I went 3-3. Yeah, I went 3-3 with the deck. Again, good time. Would play it again. Have played it before. Will play it again at some point.
Yeah, you were telling me you're a little low on the Dust. You'd rather just have more...
I think I would rather have more targeted sideboard cards for particular matchups that were not exactly
you were saying you liked Revoke Existence.
I think Revoke Existence would have been better, even just because it was just a cheaper mana. And I actually had a situation come up in a 1 match where I couldn't actually cast Dust to Dust because my opponent only had 1 artifact land. It was well, that's really awkward. Why do I have this Dust to Dust? Okay, I guess I would have rather had this Revoke Existence in that particular moment. I'm sure there's some other cards it could have been too, but that was just the one that popped into my head.
Funny enough, or spoiler alert, Hippo and I played, and I was playing around Guardian's Pledge, even though I knew it wasn't in your deck.
I know, and I didn't say anything. I was just I'm going to let him keep thinking that there's a Guardian's
I
Pledge.
just realized that now.
Yeah, I was
just
incredible.
I did that at first. I'm not going to say anything.
just because it's so ingrained in my head playing it's Mono White Weenie Guardian's Pledge.
Yep.
It's so weird to think of Mono White Weenie without it. We did have a game too, and you just 6 mana saw Road Pack Beast.
I did because I just you'd wrath me or whatever, and I just it was the first card I ripped off the top. I'm all right, well let's get building again.
Thomas, which what?
I played Mono Blue Terror. I played Discovern 75, minus 2 of the Red Blasts, or Hydroblast specifically, for 2 Murmuring Mystics. Side note on those, I brought them in 4 of my 6 matches, and I never saw them once, so who knows, but in chatting with people, like, they probably could have been something else, but I'm not really sure what else they would have been. Some people I talked to played, like, a 4th Gut Shot and 7th Blast. Some people just stuck with Discovern's list. Some people were playing, maybe like an extra, some Echoing Truth. Someone was talking about Echoing Truth in their board, specifically against Mono White to bounce all the Battle Screech tokens, which I thought was a neat angle in that matchup for a card like that. But no, I played Mono Blue. I felt really good with it. Had some really good testing games with our buddies Carson and Matt the night before we left, and felt really good with the Red and Jund matchups, and it didn't play against Red and Jund at all. Ran into 2 White Weenies. Spoiler alert, I also played against James Hippo Hieronymus. We played in round 1, sitting at a table next to Cameron. We were all right next to each
Just
other.
felt like the locals.
Yeah, it was just locals all over again.
4.5 hours away, locals.
Two of my losses, I finished, I'll just throw mine out here now. I finished a scrappy 3-3. I think most of the 4 and 2s were the threshold for top 16. So more on that later. But I finished a scrappy 3-3. 2 of my losses were to White Weenie, one of which being James. I split matches with Mono Blue Fairies, and I was victorious against Walls and Boggles. I did not play against Jund or Red once, even though they were very well represented. Red especially, between Mono Red Madness and Black Red Madness. They were both very well represented. I think there were even at least one kind of stock red, and there was someone playing Madness Burn with Black Mage's Rods as well. I don't think she was doing as well, but I thought the innovation was cool.
There were some cool.
There was some cool stuff going on. Yeah, there was an Ultratron player. There was all sorts of cool stuff. But yeah, no, but again, more of my tournament experience was so positive, not necessarily because I feel like I only went 3-3, but also because I had spent the majority of my mental capacity just making space for meeting people, and that was awesome. So a huge shout out to everyone who came up and said hi and met up through Discord and whatever. It was awesome.
No, it means a ton, because we don't make a dime off doing this, and so it's just a labor of love, and sometimes it's not it's definitely not a burden, that's for sure, because we love doing it, and it just means the world when someone comes up and says, "Hey, love the pod, love listening to the show." It's just really cool. It makes it very. It's wow, I don't care if this doesn't make money, and it's a little bit of a labor. It's just so cool.
Yeah. Actually, I had somebody, and I'm so sorry, I cannot remember your name, but you came up and asked me to sign I think it was a counter spell.
I believe their name was Nick. Yeah,
cool.
They asked me first.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
and they were like, "Can you sign a counter spell?" I was like, "I do." So it's a nice foil.
It's one of the secret layer Mark Pool.
Yeah. I was like,
very pretty.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, "Yeah,
cool.
you guys help me get me through work," and I'm like, "That means a lot."
It does mean a lot. Yeah, people we listen on our long, I listen on my commute, or I listen right away when it comes out. It's really, really kind.
That's nice to hear that, because I have that feeling towards Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivan with the original on Receivables podcast they did on the Star City Channel Network.
Yeah.
I worked at a factory in Yankton, South Dakota, and extruding aluminum. And it'd be in the summer, it'd be 120 degrees inside this concrete building. And I'm lifting metal over my head. And I'm just listening to Receivables, hearing themselves stories about magic and stuff. And it just that really helped me get through that. And funny enough, they brought back the podcast doing my job now. So it's kind of funny. So that's really cool to hear. I love that. Derek, I'm going to put you on blast. No, not blast. The opposite of put you on blast.
Okay.
I'm going to hype
you up.
Yeah, I'm gonna suck your dick here.
Okay.
Dude, starting off 0-2 and spoiler alert, just rattling off the next 4.
Oh yeah.
And just having that mental, dude, of staying in it, that's awesome.
Just like quietly, not even like really like, oh yeah, just like you were just like vibing the whole time. It was sick.
I wasn't really vibing after round 2. I was
No. Your vibes were definitely down after.
I was
point,
I was in like leave me in a lone state after both of my rounds, round 1 and round 2. Both of my opponents in 2 games went Lunark Veteran, double Lunark Veteran.
Well, what were
And I
you
was
playing?
like, I was playing Rectus Burn because my dear friend in the card Cameron let me borrow it.
You're between that and
I,
Jund,
I
right?
was gonna play Jund up until the day before, and I just decided I didn't want to do 6 rounds of that. So I'd rather just burn people.
Did you get any weird looks on the lightning bolts?
Everybody asked me how I cast a white spell, and I was like, it's a red spell.
That's awesome. That makes me really happy.
Cameron's lightning bolts are some bleach.
Yeah, there's white. It's
I
so
thought they were fake when you handed them to me. I wasn't going to say anything.
I had a Mason Clark. We were playing at a local that gave, and Mason was like, "Do you need lightning bolts? I have an extra set." I'm like, "No, there's some bleach." She's like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." It was pretty funny. But Derek, I feel like a lot of people, including myself, that's something I would struggle with. Like if I start out 0-2,
The mental game is just so down.
yeah, my mental game is
yeah.
like dumpster. So like, just like it's okay to be upset too. Obviously, it's hard not to be, but just being upset, walking it off, and coming back and just kicking ass, dude.
Yeah. It's I just like playing the game. I mean, everybody gets salty, everybody gets mad, everybody's like, some people get in their head that like, I played this game long enough, I get owed wins or some nonsense like that.
There's not a soul on the planet that is owed.
No,
any
nobody
wins.
gets owed wins. I may have been playing Pauper for a lot longer than some people, and I don't get owed shit.
Yeah.
I don't get owed anything by anybody, by anything.
And that's something we like talked about a lot before. I think we've repeated this. I don't know who said it. I've heard it from originally, but your opponent is not an obstacle in the way. Of
No,
you
it's a
topping.
human being.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Just treat them like a human being. Play the card game that like us specifically drove for. Like, just play the game.
yeah.
Wait, also, what else was I gonna do for hours? Watch you guys play? That's silly.
And every time I play against you, dude, I have a blast.
I also do.
But somebody, every time I was playing a burn deck, obviously, like I said, and every time I got somebody to 11, I would say it in your guys' mannerisms, and I would have at least 4 people like echo it down the table.
Yes,
Let's go.
I did it all day long, and I would get little smiles or little
Yeah.
chuckles of recognition from
Yeah.
tables around us. Like people have heard us do it on
Yeah.
the podcast.
I don't want to bandwagon off the podcast, but it was really cool to have like that around me, even though like this is y'all's
No,
thing.
you're a part of it, dude. You're a
Yeah.
homie.
No, I know it's y'all's. It's what y'all made, and it's really cool to be a part of that.
Yeah.
You are the front runner for guest spots on the show at this point. We might,
Yeah,
we
until
might
Cameron
we
texts
might as well
somebody.
call you a co-host.
All right, texting Matthew Centillis
No,
right
we
now.
got right now.
Oh, he did try to get Matthew. He did try to get Centillis on a spot already, right before we were recording.
Yeah, Cameron's like, I'm going to text him right now.
Shout out to
Speaking
my-
of silly Centilli,
Oh yeah,
He's a top 8.
he also made top 8 of this tournament. He crushed it.
He did. He played Jund Wildfire, and he
Yes,
did.
yes,
Did
he did.
excellent.
The better affinity.
But we've also forgot, Cameron. What did you play?
I want to ask Derek real quick about Madness, real quick. If I could do that. If I
Yeah, go
could,
for it.
Backtrack a little bit.
Yeah. Let's.
Well,
yeah.
Why
We're-
did you?
chaos.
Why did you? It varied. Why did you land on Madness, Derek?
I really am a fan of the gutter snipe, like mono red Madness Burn, just because of the damage it deals in like one shot.
There was a good amount of that in the room too.
I didn't hand you gutter snipe, so
No. I've been play testing that by myself, but I don't like how like after game 1 the blue blast just make me not be able to win the game. Like added terror and fang.
trying
and
to
all that.
cast 3 mana spells.
Yeah, so if we intermix like the black spells like Kitchen Imp, Alms of the Veins, and Vampire's Kiss, I think that like off kilters the counter spells.
That inherent card advantage from
Right.
Bloods.
Right. I just it's not like a turn your brain off kind of deck, because you still need to know like what you're discarding, when to like what's the card, when to
Looting.
plot highway robbery instead of just outright casting it.
Yeah.
When to faithless looting to put sneaky snackers in there to get them back later. It does have some play in your brain, but sometimes you just go face and don't have to think at all.
Sideboarding's hard with that deck, too. It is. You don't have obvious cards to take out. Everything just fits so well in your game plan.
You taught me to not over sideboard before we started playing. I wanted to bring in a lot of cards, and you're like, no, just bring in 2. Like, okay, just bring in spell bombs against terrors, some red blast against fairies, or maybe nothing against fairies.
Or in the festivities.
Yeah, but you just taught me to like underboard instead of like put in cards that I think would be good. Yeah, you were a good teacher right before it started.
Thank you. I definitely think that deck benefits from sticking to your game plan a bunch. Like, you have access to really powerful sideboard cards, but just making sure you're not diluting your plan A.
Right.
Anything you would change different in the sideboards that you wish you had access to that I didn't pack you?
Not off the top of my head. You don't really have enough. Your mana doesn't really let you play like Searing Blaze that well, so I don't think Searing Blaze is good. The Smash to Smithereens were the best card in my sideboard, I think.
That's
That's interesting.
I played against, maybe it was just my matchups, but I played against 2 people with like tap artifact lands, and I would just shoot them just to deal them 3. I don't have to blow anything up. It was great. It was just like a 2-mana bolt. It was cool.
Dude, I love that. You're just out here like the 2-mana loss of spiking people there.
I killed somebody doing that. They were like, you do know it doesn't blow it up, right? I'm like, yeah, but it deals you 3.
Yeah.
You're dead.
That's so sick. You're dead.
Which, ironically enough, I don't think there was a single affinity deck in the room.
No, everybody probably went to
do
jump.
not believe that there was a single.
I don't think, like, we don't have exact deck lists at this time. We have our 7 of 8 for like our top 8 and like kind of the vibes of what we saw around the room for today at least. But like, I did not see affinity.
I saw Jund affinity.
Well, yeah, wildfires, yeah, but like
There was
classic
a fair amount of
affinity.
wildfires.
It's just like
There was a red black
non-existent.
affinity.
There was.
There was one red black affinity, and I think they dropped after round 2.
Oh, tilt.
Derek, any matches that were like highlights you wanted to talk about real quick?
Yeah, I took notes that I can skim through real quick.
Hell yeah.
So like we said, round 1 was mono white. He played Soul Sisters. I got stuck on 1 land after a mulligan to 6. So I lost, and I could watch Cycle Storm versus Blue Green Fog for a minute, which is pretty cool.
I ended up playing that Cycle Storm player later.
That's hilarious.
Round 2 was against Michael, mono white again. Gave me PTSD with Lunar Veterans and Prismatic Strands. It wasn't great. I was having a rough time after that.
Was that the take a walk after that?
Yeah, that was like, hey, where are the other guys? Okay, they're still playing. I'm going to go be by myself kind of feel.
That's fair.
I'm not one to like, if I want to be alone, I'm going to go be alone. I don't want to like rub it off on people because I can kind of be snippy or like thorny if I'm around people in that time. So I kind of just like to be by myself. I'm kind of the opposite of Cameron, and just exploding really quick.
Yeah, you're like me, and I like to seethe.
Yeah, but I don't seethe for too long. If you just give me like 10 minutes, I'm okay. Just let me talk to myself outside.
But you're a seether.
Yeah, you're a
Oh, I'm well aware.
Yeah.
That's
We
hilarious.
see steam coming from your head sometimes.
You're somewhere in the middle between Hippo and I.
Yeah.
Because Hippo and I could be more polar opposites, where I'm just like, pound the table.
Scream, it shuffles in and go on.
Okay, well, that was just a bit, but yeah. I'm just like a...
Sure it was.
Yeah. Gotta hate Limbus.
That was funny. Making Limbus jokes was funny. I think I'm for me, it stews for a long time. Like, it'll be 2 weeks later and be like, yeah, I should have mulliganed a hand. God damn it.
Should have won the Pro Tour.
No, I had no business winning either Pro Tour.
But you played a Pro Tour? This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Tell me more.
Six Flags. We're gonna throw that in there.
Oh, well. The podcast didn't even exist.
Post O2 matches, Derek?
My very first one was against Derek Glenn, the one that played Thomas in the finals in the 1K last year.
Yes, shout out to Derek.
Derek's a cool
Derek
dude.
is so cool.
Very, very cool. His deck was sick.
His deck
It was mono white splashing for Lightning Chrysalis.
He's
It was
playing
so sick.
to
Springleaf Drone.
facilitate.
Yeah.
He's playing Springleaf
Yeah.
Drums. That's so cool.
It was
He's
very
like,
cool.
He's like, yeah, I can just like ramp out a turn 3 like battle screech. I'm like, that's probably really good.
It was
really
pretty good. It was pretty good. He kind of was a little slow to my plan, even though he had Lunark Veterans too.
You
I
ran
kinda-
into Weenie 3 times in a row.
I know, but this one was a little slower and didn't have Lunark Veteran 3 times on like turn
Right,
2, so
right,
we
right,
were
right.
we were okay on that. Round 4 was
Wait. Thomas,
Yeah.
You said we didn't have the pod. We had the pod during your PT Chicago.
Chicago, yeah, but not Barcelona.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. Okay.
No, I didn't play that Pro Tour. I participated in that Pro Tour.
You did participate in that Pro Tour.
Remember?
I was there. I remember. my morale was low.
Pepper's Farm remembers.
It hurt me, dude. If that makes you feel any better.
We don't have to keep talking about it,
Okay.
though. I didn't mean to bring it up like that.
Yeah, of course you did.
Not that PT.
Weird voice.
You just wanted to talk about Barcelona.
I miss Barcelona, dude. The food was so fucking
Hey
good.
guys, I went to Barcelona.
Sorry, Derek. Round 4.
No, you're good. You're funny.
Funny looking.
Round 4 was Elizabeth. She played a modified version of Jund Wildfires, which was kind of cool to me. It was more black-green splash wildfires in Chrysalis. So it would play the black-green artifact dual land, Tree of Tales, and play more like black-greenish, and then splash red.
Oh, that's cool.
What's that 3-drop elf that makes a mana?
3-drop elf?
Llanowar Visionary.
Yes. Yeah.
3
it
mana,
plays that.
2/2, draw a card, taps for mana.
Yes, correct.
Oh.
It plays that. It was really cool. It was good to see a different flavor. Whoever played in trios, I forget who it was. He played like Eldrazi Repurposer in his Jund Wildfires.
Oh, Matt.
Matt, yeah. It's cool to see like spices of a different version. Back in my day, you had to play like shitty cards like Rural Elder and Jund. So it's good to see not that card.
You were saying on the car right up here, it's cool to see Jund be tier 1 instead of Evolving Wilds.
It is. Well, you used to have to play Evolving Wilds back in Pauper.
Times were rough back in the day.
Yeah, that's why you played 2-color decks. 3-color decks didn't exist until like Coldheim Icelands or Astrolabe.
We had Dominaria. Or no, that was
after.
Yeah.
That was after, yeah.
Kaldheim was the first
Coldheim was the
duels.
first one that gave you duels, and then Astrolabe helped with it as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord of the Rings, too.
Yep.
Cyclers.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Everything has changed. And plus now we have the gates, like all that stuff.
Oh, she interesting. This is my interesting one. So game 2, she cast 3 Weather the Storms after I got her to 9, and then put an Unexpected Feigns counter on a 6/7 spaghetti creature, and I proceeded to lose.
That tracks.
Yep. But I still won game 3 after she got stuck on 1 land, and I felt really bad because we had such an interesting game 2. But it is what it is. It's Magic. Round 5 was Joy. She played Blue Fae. She played counter spells and Faes, and I played burn spells. I don't really have anything memorable on this one. And then Keaton on Blue Snakes was my final round. He mulliganed to 5 game 1, and then got stuck on 1 land game 2. So I felt like I was like not really given wins, but I felt like we weren't playing games kind of
Some
thing.
games just kind of shake out that way.
Yeah,
I had
nothing against my opponents. It's just the way it played out, and
Yeah.
I would have played like if Magic ruled this, I'd be like, hey, just shuffle up again. We'll go again, just for fun, so we can play again. But it is what it
that's not
is.
how competitive Magic
I
works.
know. I want to play
Derek.
more Magic though. That's what I want to do.
You have your heart's in the right place.
But after probably the worst luck, mono white twice against my burn spells was pretty rough for me. So
3 times, kind of.
And then you have to play a modified version of it for the 3rd round to try and rally back. Like,
yes,
that's tough.
It was pretty rough, but we climbed back. I did not expect it top 16. I thought I was going to be middle of the pack, but we snuck in there at 15th.
Yeah, maybe.
Got a couple packs, and now we're in the car with some friends.
Heck yeah. Kicking butt.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely crushed it.
I kept as round 6. I think I told you guys this, but as round 6 started to end, I started seeing my name go lower and lower as everybody started becoming 4-2. And I was like, no, please don't put me below 16, please. But it didn't shake out that way, so we got 15.
Heck yeah.
Real quick before we go to you, Cameron, James, what was your record? Was there any notable matches you wanted to call out?
Yeah, so round 1 I played against you,
Yeah.
Thomas, on Terror. Our games were fun. No real notes other than
I should have Demon Furiered your summon Choco Mog before attacking.
Clue token.
Because I was like, he won't block with this 3/3. He needs it to keep his board wide to keep up the race. But then you're like, shove all these creatures in front of all these snakes and like trade with more of them than you think I'm going to. And I was like, James is good at magic. That's right. And then I
On
just
occasion.
I used this brainstorm. I guess I got a demon fairy or something. So I demon fairyed your clue token.
And I was like, okay,
Okay.
that happens.
Yep.
Round 2, I played against, I cannot remember his name right off the top of my head, but I also played against another person who ended up in top 8 on Blue Terror.
One of two.
One of two Blue Terror players. Our games were very close, period. All 3 games we played were very close. There was nobody that was like a clear winner at like any point until the game was basically just over.
I believe your opponent's name was Zach.
Cool.
I believe
Zach
that as well.
Zach was a great opponent. Had been playing the deck on Moto a fair amount recently to prepare for this tournament.
Nice.
And the game 3, I think the one cool thing that did happen was I had seen game 2. I had seen a gut shot cast to make like a block I made on a Delver look kind of terrible, and with like some battle screech tokens. And then game 3, there was this like attack. I don't remember exactly what was attacking, but I like made some blocks, and I'm like, I'm gonna block in a way that I don't just get destroyed by this gut shot that I'm like 95% certain that my opponent has. And then so the attack happens, I make all my blocks, go to the next turn, I think I win on the following turn, and he flashes me the gut shot at the end of the game, and I'm like, let's go. Played around it perfectly.
Nice.
And then round 3, I think this is when I played
You played against me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, played against Cameron. Sorry. Played against Cameron. Our match was a match of all time. I tried. Actually, this was a really weird. So at one point in game 1, I didn't think I would.
I'm playing Black Green Fog.
Yeah. So I don't remember what one it was, but I had all 4 of my prismatic strands in hand, and I'm just like, until these crypt rats come down, these are just gonna rot in my hand, and rot they did until the crypt rats came down, and you fought for your life.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. That game, I was digging for fogs. There was like 3 or 4 turns in a row where I am like casting draw 2s, drawing like Olands, Olympus, playing Olympus, finding another Olympus, playing Olympus, finding the fog with 2 mana up. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever that works. And eventually at some point I'm able to like tangle you maybe, and I find a Nihil Spellbomb, exile your graveyard with the 3 strands in it. I pop Crypt Rats, you prismatic strands with it on a stack. I pop Crypt Rats for another 3 and wipe your board.
Yep. There's only so much I can do. The 3 Raven Charms held their weight that match.
Yeah, they did.
They really held their weight that match. So did the strands, honestly. Strands make sure Crypt Rats look like you have to work a whole lot harder to make them work well.
I think one of the games I got against you was like Crypt Rats Basiliskating and just like keeping the Crypt Rats after you.
Yep. So that put me at 2-1. Then I played against Jeskai Ephemerate. Game 1, I just completely blew him over. Like all he needed was a stiff breeze. And then games 2 and 3 were much more of a slog. This is the kind of deck you're going to find where like it's the breath weapons and cast into the fires and just a pile of removal spells. It's really hard for my deck to get around. So I ended up losing that one. Then I ended up playing in Cycle Storm. Game 1, my opponent, they kind of did some cycling. They had like a Horror of the Broken. Actually, sorry. Turn 2, they like Dark Ritual put a Horror of the Broken Lands into play. And I'm like, okay, so their plan is they're gonna beat me down to death. But I heard on a video that Cali Guys put out this week something about the way that this new version of Cycle Storm works that Brian Cook's been cooking up. That you can do something weird in the end step with the Horror of the Broken Lands that puts triggers on the stack and you can win, and it's really cool. But anyway, so I was like, okay, he's just going to try to beat me down with this Horror of the Broken Lands. I'm not that worried about it. Obviously, I can just put a million things in front of it. It's never really going to do anything. So he, at some point, goes off for like a Reaping the Graves for 3, and then I was like, all right, I have this Raven Charm that I've been sitting on since turn 1. I was like, all right, fire off with the Raven Charm. He's like, all right, Reaping the Graves for 4 now. It's like, okay, get back some things that didn't really end up mattering. I kill him. Game 2, fires off a flurry of cycles, puts in what's the creature from the that gets cheaper from, it's like in the graveyard, the standard graveyard deck.
Oh, the Gravestalker?
The 5/5 from Dominaria United?
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, the Necromass?
Necromass.
No,
right?
no.
He's talking about the dust one.
I'm talking about the one that gets cheaper for. You can also cycle it, and then it gets cheaper for each card. It's been like
It's 6 in a black.
yeah,
Not
Oh,
the chitin.
yes, that thing.
The
So, they've already,
chitin,
so
yeah.
the plan was to bring in a set of those, so that he can fight, or he can just play it. I like in theory would have boarded out all my removal spells, and I certainly
Sure.
I did not.
No, because your removal spells are also your graveyard removal.
Well, not only is that, because also I have to have an answer for Drained Stinger, and I also have to have an answer for Horror of the Broken Lands, because if those cards just go unchecked, I can just die.
Right.
So I had to have an answer for both those. So I brought in like Journeys to Nowhere and like Dawnbringer Cleric. And then I fought through, like, I had tried, like, triple Thraben Charm. And I was like, kill one, he's like reaping it back, and he play it again. I'm like, kill it again. And I rip like an idyllic range for exactly lethal, which was sweet.
Yeah.
Then round 5, I played against probably the fastest red player I think I've ever seen in my entire life. The game actions were quick and snappy, and game 1, I had double. Was the Lunarch Veteran, did not matter in the slightest. My opponent dealt me infinity damage.
That's kind of badass.
And they just played right through it. It did not matter. They literally didn't even look at him and point bird spells at him. They're like, I'm just going to go around him. Didn't
That's
matter.
pretty sick.
Yeah, it was really good.
That's baller.
Game 2, I had a good way to just like clock him with a Sky Fisher at first, and he kills the Sky Fisher. He's like, oh, this is going to be a problem. Then I'm like, Battle Screech, flashback of Battle Screech. Clock you for 4, put you to like 8. Then I was like, clock you for 3, and then something. I kill him. And then game 3, game actions were taken that none of them really mattered, and I try to time prismatic strands where I can that makes sense. But when there's like double pingers on board, there's not a whole lot that I can do.
It's cover the back for the entire team.
Yeah, I'm just so far behind.
Like they chain lightning you strands the 5 with 2 fingers, and they
it's like
pull you.
it's like a Thermo Alchemist and like a Guessing Flame Breather, and I'm like, I'm never like actually every burn spell is like 5 damage, and it's like this is not winnable. So then it put me at 3 and 3. So there you go.
Fun.
That was cool. Again, we'll play it again.
We're sleepy. We're tired. It's been a big weekend.
Brains.
Yeah, your brain's fried.
Oh my god.
You played a lot of Magic today, Cameron.
You signed up to play
You
Magic,
were
and you definitely
you were kind of the spectacle of the tournament. Honestly.
You know me, I love being the center of attention. So, yes. I thought, well, what deck could I play? I can go to dime every round.
Everyone's gonna watch.
Everyone's gonna wait for me.
I was using the restroom at one point, like as round
As one
6
does.
was winding down. Yeah, as one does throughout a tournament. And I overheard 2 people walking in. One of them must have been someone else who was in top 8. They were just talking about like, yeah, and I don't know if I want to face Cameron in this stupid black-green fog deck. It's like, and the other friend is like, well, you got counterspells.
Oh, I don't care.
Just like, which, I think blue decks have some game against you for sure, but they also have to kind of be doing something as well.
Yeah.
So.
No, I didn't. Funny enough, I didn't play against a single blue deck today at all.
No, huh.
Not a single opponent casting blue spells, which is, I guess, I played against Walls.
Yeah, Walls has 2.
Yeah, but that doesn't really
Yeah,
count.
Walls has 6 blue cards.
Oh, right.
7, third path.
Walls is a green deck, though.
It's a great deck.
All right, tell us about your day, Cameron.
So I registered Black Green Fog. It is a deck I am wildly comfortable with. I think I had mentioned last episode. My buddy Zach Baby Soft in our Discord is a buddy from South Dakota. He is a monster at this deck as well, and we both approach it a little differently too, like ideology-wise, which is pretty interesting. But I talked to him the day before, talked about sideboard slots with him, and I think that helped quite a bit. We're just getting my sideboard in the right order. I had like 2 Scatter Shard Archers and some like a Duress or something in him. And he's like, we kind of came to the conclusion, what matchups are you bringing Duress that you're not bringing last rights, and you'd rather just have a last rights against like walls or a combo deck. And I'm like, okay, that's a really good point. So I changed the duress for last rights, and he's like, the scattershot archers are just so one-dimensional, only there. And I had a sandstorm too, funny enough, because it's funny. Those are so one-dimensional, only really good against Fae, which is kind of a tough matchup. And he was kind of telling me he likes just being on the red blast just for these blue decks and the Fae deck. That's a blue deck that can give me some trouble, I believe. And just having the Pyroblast there and like forcing through a draw two, or just killing a turn 2 ninja can be pretty important in that matchup, or getting a sprite with a trigger on the stack. So I decided to cut those, and I had four or five blast. I think it was 4 blast effects after that to counter blue spells. Those scattershot archers, we got those away. I really expected to see a lot of Jund and Madness, and I played against each of those twice, so I'm really glad. I spent a lot of time with my buddy Devin Friday or Thursday night, just jamming. I think it was Thursday night. My buddy Devin and I spent a lot of time playing games.
Is he only your buddy?
Oh, okay, our buddy
friend
Devin.
of the pod.
Our friend of the pod.
Our friend of the pod, Devin. Corn lover Devin. I had my there's a picture of him
eating corn the long way.
There's a picture of him eating corn the long way, and I had that on my sleeves today, courtesy of Hippo.
That's beautiful. I will say that I think because you, spoiler alert, you start off the day strongly with the first couple of wins, and the Jund and a good chunk of the red decks, like a lot of those players, were closer to the top tables early in the tournament, and I think that was also why I didn't play against so much of that as early as I would have. I didn't play against Red or Jund at all, and I also tested against them, and I wish I had played against them.
Yeah,
they were definitely, like, the Jund decks, especially like round 3 and 4. There was almost all of the Jund players were in the top 8 to 10 tables, and they slowly kind of filtered out based on how everyone did after that.
And ironically enough, I think this is the most useful testing I've ever done from a Magic tournament.
Good. Just actually thinking and learning and talking about things, and
Because how we approach the matchups, Devin and I just played Fog the whole time, and shout out to him for just playing against Fog for 4 hours or whatever, 5 hours. But we had really good back and forth games. I don't think Fog is as miserable to play against as people make it out to be.
If you know what's going on, it can be really interesting.
Yeah.
I wasn't at any point in our match frustrated at all.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's kind of due to the
I mean,
fact
there
that
were some times where
I may know you.
there were some times that Dan, Tills, and I looked over and are like, yeah, I think James is losing. You can kind of tell. You can tell by his mannerisms and his face.
But again, no point was I ever
no
frustrated to the point that you really noticeable.
No, you weren't like, I have to sit here and watch High Tide.
No,
play
that was
solitaire.
It. Yeah. A lot of people, I think people misconstrue me when I'm thinking about a game.
Sure.
For being frustrated.
Apparently, I shuffle my cards when I'm losing. I think I just shuffle my cards like a madman because I can't sit still. So I feel that we're misunderstood creatures, you and I, Hippo.
This is definitely some observed behavior we have in there.
Yeah, I feel really gaslit right now.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
Our match was fun.
We're talking back here.
Thinking about how the games are going to play out between us was fun for me. It's how can I get out of force you to go through enough of your deck and enough of your mana every single turn to run you out of something, and it got pretty close.
Oh, very. Like I said, I was digging to survive for multiple turns in a row. Real quick, but just shout out to Devin for helping me test. I played Walls the entire time. I'm like, okay, people are talking about Campfires, Needle, Spellbomb, and Jund. Maybe that has some game. We played 2 post-board games. Turns out it does not matter. It's just... Turns out it does not matter. It's just gas on my side. It can be tricky, but it feels pretty comfortable on the Fog side. So we test against Jund. The other deck we tested against was... And we only played post-board games with Jund. And we only played post-board games against Walls because I figured I'd lose game 1 against Walls anyway. And playing against Devin, I kind of figured out what was important in the matchup. And won probably 4 out of 5 post-board games against him on Fog, which felt pretty nice. So getting the comfortability in that matchup, I think, helped a lot today. And then playing games 1 and 2s of fairies, and that was pretty back and forth with Devin and I. So that was very helpful. Shout out to him. But round 1, I played against Madness. I was 2-0. So I don't remember much of how that went. But round 2, I played against Madness again. My opponent was Luke. He top 8'd with Madness, of course. But I beat him 2-1, and I was his only loss, I believe, of the tournament.
Yes, that's correct.
He, again, really cool opponent. Shout out to him. He was the one that conceded with 4 minutes left on the clock when I had the game pretty locked up instead of just sitting there. So that was a really cool move. He was a super chill guy, had some good combos. We had fun games. He had really dope lands, like a mix of like APAC and SpongeBob and other secret lands.
Yeah, he did.
The Scintilla special of lands.
It does feel good when your lands get complimented. I had that today too, though, because I tend to, when I play like mono white, I play with like all portal basics, and that's somebody's like, I love the all portal lands. It's like, thanks, they look good.
Yeah, we do love that.
And then they're like, those idyllic ranges though. Those are less appealing to look at.
Yeah, the one Grange of the pile lands. Oh, okay.
My round 3 opponent, the Granges fit in a little bit more because my round 3 opponent, all the basics were the all text basics for all the planes.
That was my second round opponent.
It was great.
Those are so good.
Yeah, they were great.
Rayton plays those, and that is so funny.
Round 3, I played against
James Hippo Hieronymus.
Yeah, that one. We told you how that went. Real quick, want to shout out play. Game 2, I boarded in Breath Weapon, and I had some lands in my hand, so I just named one on red. Didn't even have a Breath Weapon in hand, and then you start putting around it like insanely, like you end up with 2 Core Sky Fishers.
There were 3.
Oh, 3 of them.
3.
Putting the counter of Thrame Inspector, so it was at a Breath Weapon reach, and as soon as you do this, I draw the Breath Weapon. I'm like, damn. And I'm like, I should just like try to cast off a treasure instead of being...
Instead of having your gate only cap for 1 color relevancy.
Yeah. Well, black is pretty important too.
Well, I always have for 1 color relevancy.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh okay, yeah, you're right. Round 4. So at this point, I am 3-0 in the tournament. I play against Kevon. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I cannot remember. Thank you so. Sorry for butchering it if I do. He was on walls. I got game 1 surprisingly. I was pretty prepared for like an early scoop it up, so I have time to win a game 2 and 3. And I saw all 3 of my Crypt Rats, and they carried me to victory. I like Crypt Rats for the first one for 7, the next one for 6, and the last one for lethal and his life. So that really shocked me. Game 2, he kind of put me in the dirt pretty quick. I just kind of sat there. I just didn't have the answers. I maybe had like 1 Pyroblast for the first Freed from the Rail, and then he had the Soulbond one the following turn or something.
Galvanic Alchemist.
Yep, just only had 1 piece of interaction. That wasn't enough. Game 3. This was a long one.
Yeah, how do you want to approach this?
I can't even remember. It was just a blur. I wish I would have taken notes.
This is the game where
I'm aware of how it ends.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of how we got there.
Okay.
The journey.
Okay.
I can't really remember how we got here.
The journey's greater than the destination.
Yeah, I don't.
Your life total got pretty low. He started attacking with the 1/1s. He had a obsidian acolyte that kind of surprised you.
Well, game 2, he didn't even combo finish me. I think I got rid of both his combo pieces, but he had a Valakut Enforcer that 8 mana deal 3. So he ended the game with that and like 3 or 4 of the tap for 1,000,000 nano ones.
Yep.
Sorry. So he I think he might have missed his part, Thomas, but game 3 he was kind of he got in a couple hits with Generison, so that would got me for 10. I didn't have a ton of mana to play with. I didn't get a heat gate going until pretty late into the game. So like not getting that early in the turns where you don't need the fog can be kind of detrimental late game really. And I get to a point where we're in turns, and I know he has the combo because he played the Transmuter wall the previous turn and got a Soulbond one. And he has an Obsidian Acolyte in play. It's the IPA cycle that gives it has pro black, and you pay a white and give something pro black. So these Crypt Rats in my hands aren't really doing it. We get to a point where it's my turn 4 or my turn 3, in turns. And I just stream-a-thon for 12 to try to hit the last Soul Bonder, because Freed from the Real was already in the graveyard. So if I hit that and the Valakut Invoker, he can't transmute and make enough mana with the Invoker to kill me, or transmute for the Soul Bond thing, make infinite mana, and just kill me with something else. So I stream-a-thon for 12, and I just go, well, fuck. I didn't hit anything relevant, pass the turn. And I passed turn with some mana open, maybe, I don't remember. I know I had at least 2 mana open, that's irrelevant. And he transmuted for the Soul Bond thing, and he kind of does some other game actions, plays a couple spells, like gets a wall tutor for transmute for that, and puts the Soul Bond on the stack.
Was it not a free from the real?
It was a free from the real, excuse me, I mixed the two around, because, thank you, Hippo.
Yeah,
It was
the Alchemist was in the graveyard.
Yep, the Alchemist was in the graveyard.
Yep,
I was trying to mill the free from the real.
Yes.
So he puts a free from the real in the stack, targeting the Axeman Guardian. And with the Obsidian Acolyte in play, I'm just like...
And the Orochi Leaf Collar, specifically. He's got 4 green mana floating, and the Orochi Leaf Collar can filter it into white.
Oh, he can have...
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
He can have 10 more mana floating if he wants to, from his walls. But, I cast Snuff Out, I target his Axebane Guardian with the free from the real targeting it, and he lets it resolve, puts it in the graveyard, and we're in time, so everyone's watching, and it's just like quiet, and he goes to attacks. He attacks me for lethal, and I put my fist up, like, yeah, good games, man, because I forgot he had the haster. And I'm like, wait. Moment's peace. What am I doing here? I almost just completely forgot I play Fogs in my deck. So I almost just let him hit me for lethal and just concede, which was just... And so it would have been pretty funny to, like, pun the pun, but, I don't want to, like, I'm sure it feels bad when you, like, realize you, like, punted afterwards, so I don't want to, like... But that was the draw, too. So, like, we drew. So I was fighting for my life there. He was a really nice guy. I think he played the deck very, very well. Like, obviously, that one mistake at the end, like, cost him the game we drew. But, I mean, it was a very long game. We were around 4 in turns. So a lot was going on. Very nice guy. So we drew there. Round 5, shout out Grant. He was playing Jund. He was very, very chill. I enjoyed him a lot. He listened to the pod. He wildfires my heat gates.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, this guy knows what's up.
Was that good?
Yeah, very.
I told you it would be.
Yeah, extremely. Yeah.
I told you what I'm right.
We got to one eventually. We found a heat gate eventually, which helped me lock it up. But game 1 was kind of like just like the classic. I do my Jundy thing. I do my Foggy thing. I set up the board. I'm at 1,000,000 life. I got Fox. I got card advantage. I got a campfire in play. I'm ready. I'm sitting on a stream of thought for whenever. And I think I wait quite a bit before I mill him for 16. His library was 16 exactly. And I try to wait quite a bit of time until... to do it. There we go. Then the game. Game 2.
Well, game at the end of game 1, he didn't he flash that he had 3 Gal Blasts in his hand?
No, he didn't say anything.
No, he didn't say anything.
So I didn't know he was on Gal Blast. Game 2, he shows me a Gal Blast at some point early, so I'm like, okay, maybe he did show me one in game 1. I can't remember now. But at some point, I'm like, okay, I think it was game 2. He showed me a Gal Blast. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's good to know about. So I'm like, don't let my life total get below X.
It's at that moment he says that. You're like, huh, Gal Blast, that's good to know about. And he was like, yeah, I died in game 1 with 3 in my hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he says that.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah. No, you're good.
But I have a little bit harder time getting off the ground this one. I felt like I wrapped it up pretty good. We're both very low resource. I'm just trying to, like, dig for a stream of thought in the game. I'm kind of scared to activate a Crypt Rats at this point without having a toxin analysis to gain me the life, so I'm not really playing towards that route yet, because I was pretty low and I didn't have any way of gaining life. And I had a Weather Storm, and I kind of sat on it for a couple turns. And at some point, I cast a Foggus turn, draw 2, and I'm like, Weather for 9, and he flips 3 Gal Blasts in his hand, and I'm like...
It's his entire hand.
Yeah, and he has 3 cards left in hand, and I'm like, well, and he only had, like, less than 20 cards as library. So I'm like, damn, I should have just held on to that Weather Storm because I'm not losing this game anytime soon. So good on him for not firing those off.
And that was in turns.
Yeah, that was in turns.
When you were up a game.
Yeah, so just kind of threw that one on the garbage. But good on him for not passing those. That's really smart to have the whereabouts to like, okay, I need to make him flinch first. He made me flinch first, and I flinched, and he murdered me. So
he got you.
Started out 3-0 into 2 unintentional draws in a row. So I'm like feeling like, damn, okay, I have a win in it now. Let's just get it together and play smart. And I play against my opponent's name was Donnie. He was also playing John Wildfires, and I got this one 2-0. Game 1, I think he wasn't quite familiar with Black Green Fog. And I think after the second Tangle and having a full grip, million mana in play, he kind of had the foresight and just scooped it up. He's like, let's go to the next one. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, damn, that was like good.
Well, the game's going to go long and he's going to win too. So, you got to finish. That's a correct assessment, I think.
I think it was.
Donnie was in the top 4 of the Louisville event that we hosted back in September. He's a very strong player.
Correct.
Cool.
I played against him as well while I hit the Louisville event.
Yeah, he played very, very well against me. Round 2 was pretty interesting. I think he has quickly sees all 3 refurbished familiars, and that's kind of awkward. I kind of stabilized somehow. I had this Crypt Rats in play, and I didn't activate it for like the longest time against his board, just because he had 2 Blood Fountains in play, and I didn't want him to buy back for stuff. I had the spell bombs. It was life total. I didn't want to drop below a certain life total to get makeshift munitions. That's what it was.
Sure.
I was counting his mana the whole time. I didn't want to just him cast makeshift munitions and fireball me out in one turn. So I did to wipe his board of Crypt Rats. It would have been like X = 5, and I'm like, I can't do that right now. I think I get to a point where I gain some life and wipe the board, kind of start stabilizing. So I wipe his board, past the turn. He lacerates, discards his hand, and I discard my hand. But I discarded Eviscerator's Insight, and so I'm able to pay 5, cast the Insight, sacrifice a Ichor Wellspring, and so I drew 3, untapped drew, so after Lacerates, I untapped the 4 cards in my hand, so I felt pretty good against that. But the turn after, his next turn, he hit my Stream of Thoughts that Lacerates, and he ended up exiling it, and this is kind of like a mid-game for Fog. So after he exiled that, I'm like, whew, it's time to buckle in for a really long one against John, because my win condition now is I'm going to try to mill him out he's going to draw more cards than me and mill him out. My life total was pretty low at that point. I was just very, very conscious of not getting fireball by makeshift munitions. And I think he didn't show me in this hand at the end, but we were talking about it. He's like, you don't need to count my mana, stuff like that. And he was a very nice guy. But at the end, he was like, yeah, I didn't want to play it into a Collector Roof. And I'm like, yeah, because I was at a Collector Roof at the end too. So I was
Collector Roof's legal in this format?
Yeah, Troublemaker Roof. There we go. And so I didn't want to play into that. I'm like, yep, that makes sense. And so the last turn, I end up playing a Crypt Rats, play a Tox Analysis on it. He's at 13, I'm at 17. It has lifelink now. So if somehow he kills a Crypt Rats, I had 14 treasures, I can just sacrifice 13 of them and 13 bombs in the face. If the lifelink on it resolves, he has 4 permanents in play, I'm just up 70-something life if that Crypt Rat trigger resolves the lifelink. So we got that one. It was pretty nice. It was a fun winning in. Again, he was really cool. Sick Ice Age basics, so appreciate the basic choice there. Yeah, so that put me in the top 8. It was very, very high.
Yeah.
We posted some sick pictures in Discord. We had 3 of the Nashville crew top 8, so it was myself, Silly Santilli, and Dustin.
Yeah, crushed it.
Yeah, so it was a blast. My only regret of a tournament is, since so many of my games went so long, I didn't have a lot of time to chat with some people I wanted to chat with.
Yeah.
Like, some people like came up to me like after some games and were talking to me and stuff, and I'm just like, I cannot for the life of me remember a lot of people's names because my brain was just fried. One more shout out to Grant again, my round 5 Jun Wildfire's opponent. He had Path Terrors in his deck, and those carried some weight.
Told you that card was good.
Yeah, it's a good card.
I got one with an oof. Game 1 I won through a Backdoll Terror, but he saw 3 the following game, and most definitely put in some work against them. They put me in that range.
Yeah, two of them put you in game 2, put you in that range to triple Gal Blast through Weather the Storm. Like that. Yeah, it was
think
really,
about that
really
game.
strong.
Just thinking about back at that game, I'm just wondering if there was any point where I could have like sacked a different artifact to my draw 2s and cracked the Limbus for 3 life and survived that like earlier in the game. But
I don't know.
These are the thoughts that plague you in the shower.
Yeah. There you go.
Overall,
don't be like that.
No,
it's not worth it.
No,
I'm working on it.
I'm very happy with with how things turned out.
Yeah, you crushed it, dude. You really were kind of like the talk of the tournament. Like, oh man, Cameron, have you seen this fog deck that everyone was coming up and watching when you were running late into turns? Like, it was sick.
I probably want to know what jackass
like having to explain to our friend Michael Full like how your deck is actually supposed to win. And I'm just like, he's just like, oh god. I'm like, yep. It's not quick.
Cameron's sitting pretty. He's having fun.
Yeah, I felt pretty locked in. There was a couple of like small decisions I made that could have cost me the game, but paid off in the end. Big shout to Crypt Rats. That
card won you a lot of games.
Yeah, that card really carried its weight. My buddy Zach and I were talking before, like, do we even need Stream of Thought? Can we cut it and just play 4 Crypt Rats? There were 3 games where if I didn't have exactly Stream of Thought, I would have lost the game because I was at like 4 or 5 or something, and I had enough just to mill them out and call it good, or mill them out, but they had a Limnus and I had a Fog still.
Yeah,
so
Crypt Rat's not going to do that.
Yeah, if once you're low on Crypt Rats, it can be kind of hard to get back in. And that's like the ideology difference, because when I was talking to my buddy Zach, he was talking about he always cuts Weather Storms before Fogs. But if we're banking on this Crypt Rats to win, you need to be at a higher life total when you're going for that Crypt Rats to win. I found myself trimming a lot on 1 Weather of a Storm, 1 Limbus, 1 Draw 2 if I needed to. And I always boarded in 1 more card that I took out, so I always had a 14-card sideboard after game 1, and then just played with 62 cards because I was already on 61. So I placed 23 lands in a Pauper deck, but it's like 28 in a standard deck.
That's a lot.
So yeah, it was a blast. My brain is fried potatoes. Again, I just want to like shout out everybody that came up, said hi, said they liked the show.
Y'all were so awesome.
That really like made my month. It was great. I don't know. I had a blast. Like it's.
Yeah, a huge thank you to NRG.
Oh my god.
Thank you to Mark. Thank you to the whole staff. Was super awesome.
Agreed. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, best part, top 8 was so chill splitting and going home.
Yes,
they were.
Hippo was about to have,
and I wasn't even the worst one.
I know Hippo was throwing a little tantrum.
I was not. Oh no! I wasn't throwing a tantrum. You should have seen what our friend Dan was about to do. Dan was about to pay $500 to rent a car so he could drive home.
11th bar, Dan.
I was like, so don't tell me I had a tantrum.
I love you, Dan.
We do love Dan.
That was so fun. Any other fun little moments?
Oh,
I think we're just.
Yeah, actually, so yesterday when we were getting in and we were kind of posting up and just letting people come play games and stuff with us or whatever, a local to the Middle Tennessee area, James Baggett, came over and saw what we were doing, and he just sat down and took my place in the deck I was playing, because I just let him play like the mono white deck, and he was having a blast.
I was playing I was playing Naya Gates, and midway of me just beating your face with Naya Gates, you're like, James, you want to take over? And he's like, sure. And I'm like, he put you in a terrible position. And then him and I proceeded to trade a couple games back and forth.
Yeah, so it was fun. He has played Pauper previously, like a long time ago. And but this is a style of deck that I could see him also playing, the white weenie deck or whatever. But glad he had fun and enjoyed it.
Also, shout out to, was it Brennan?
Yes,
Brendan.
Yep.
Brendan. Yeah.
he was really cool. He was part of the Pauper cheating crew, part of Alex's friend group and stuff. He came up and hung out with us the day before the tournament. I didn't get to see how he was doing today, but he was really chill. Played some games against him.
He headed out a little early, so I think not the result he was looking for, but it sounded like he had a blast and appreciated us hanging out and stuff. So
also, the day before, shout out to the main event got finished, and two of the judges. Brian, we know a lot of the judges because a lot of the judges are from Cookville.
Shout out J-Ho.
Yeah. Him and his buddy came up to me and they're like, "Do you guys have any spare Pauper decks?" And I'm like, reach into that blue backpack and pull whatever you want out of there because I brought like 6 or 7 built Pauper decks. And he brought out J-O was playing Madness, and his friend he's playing Black Green Fog and has never heard of the Gate Fog deck before. So I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna go terrible. And he won too. I'm like, damn.
Let's go. Judges tend to be pretty good at Magic, it turns out.
Judges are good at Magic. And J-O loves Pauper. J-O is a very big Pauper.
I was talking about if you wanted to come out for the Common Ground Cup, and he said he would put it on his calendar. So
yeah, I think he came out for the last one.
Did he really?
Yeah, he came out for the last one.
I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, he came out for the last one. He played Affinity.
Cool.
Yeah,
he's dope.
No, J-O's dope. J-O's good people.
Shout out to Rarity. I got to hold the no win condition teachings deck in my hands.
That deck was so cool.
He gave elves the business. He said,
getting to see like proper copies of Evan Carr's Justice actually sleeved and in someone's hands in the year of 2025 is a drug that I am willing to take.
Derek, how's that card make you feel?
Excited. You didn't come get me for that?
I think you were in the middle of a match.
So? Yeah. Pause.
Yeah. I gotta go look at these Evan Carr's Justice. Hold on, opponent.
That was someone I was like excited to meet too because they're pretty active in Discord. So it was like really cool putting a face to the name.
Yeah,
so
sure.
That was really cool.
Yeah, there were so many people, so many names. Everyone we met, like whether we shouted you out here or not, like y'all really made an impact, and we really appreciated it all. This was really cool. And we're gonna do our own tournament pretty shortly here. It's really just like a month away. I realized the other day.
It is like a month away.
Yeah.
So many people who I talked to, they said they're getting a group. Like a couple people I was talking to, they said, "Yeah, we're driving down. We're gonna complain it."
Yeah.
So and they said like, I think this one, like, I'm like, I hope it caps. They're like, I'd be surprised if it didn't cap this.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
So I want to take a quick moment to give y'all some info on that. We are meeting with Steven, the owner of GameNet. We've shouted out a bunch. Steven's awesome. And the Kyle and Josh, who director Kyle from the stream, and Josh, they're kind of the managers there, or assistant. I don't remember. I don't know their exact titles, but they're also the higher ups at Game Night. We're chatting with them on Thursday when this episode comes out to go over final details, get the sign up page ready for you all, and have details ready to go. So we'll have that up for you all ready soon. We have a poster we'll post soon that y'all can share around. We'll share around on socials.
Can confirm it looks sick.
Thank you. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Canva is awesome.
Did you make that?
Canva made most of it. It's mostly a Canva preset, but I had some fun with it, and it was nice.
It looks really cool.
Thank you. But yeah, it's August 2nd at Game Night in Columbia, Tennessee. We will have a registration link out as soon as possible. There will be, I can't confirm this or not, but I'm working with a hotel GM friend of ours to potentially get a hotel discount somewhere for folks coming in out of town. So please, if you're coming in, if you are serious about coming down to play and are going to stay over a night or two in the Nashville area, look out for that information. I'll try to have it out as soon as possible once we work something out.
And if you end up talking to our friend and he says yes by the time this episode's out,
if something's out, I'll tell everyone. I'll put it in. I'll put it in the Discord.
Splice in the episode.
You all will have the information. Ideally, it'll be on the registration link. Will have all of the information. That's part of what our meeting on Thursday will be. As well as we shouted out Derek Glenn earlier. Derek has he posted it on our Discord last week, but he's also donating some extra prizes to the top 8 and to the winner. So we'll have the details finalized on that as well. Thank you, Derek. It's going to be a lot of fun. Our friend of the pod, Austin, I told some people this. Some people may have seen this in Discord as well. at one of the most recent regional championships. He got the artist of the refurbished familiar to write Common Ground Cup winner on each of 4 refurbished familiars. So we have a playset of signed refurbished familiars ready to go as well. We're going to have a trophy again, and the 3 of us will be on commentary. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we really hope y'all will come out. We had, 33, 37, something like that last time.
Yeah,
I think it was something like
30s.
Yeah, something like 37-ish. And I would be very surprised if it wasn't much more than that. Honestly, I think folks are coming.
How many do we have the first time you said?
I've heard like 30 somewhere
something.
between 30 and 40. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get.
I thought we had 27.
No. It was 6 rounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was over 32 at least.
Gotta come claim the next trophy after Michael Folt did.
Yes, indeed.
It sounds like we're gonna have quite a big jump in number from that, and so
I think so.
That's really cool. It just shows how much podcast was 6 months ago, really. So how much the podcast has grown in 6 months is insane.
Yeah, I mean this event capped too, which is partially NRG putting the call out like, hey, we want to support Pauper.
And I like the little relationship we have with them.
Me too.
I agree.
Them shouting us out, us shouting their event out. So that's awesome.
Yeah, NRG is really great, really good people behind the scenes. Really, I think we have nothing bad to say about the weekend, all in all.
Nope, I had a good weekend.
Except for maybe
the hotel.
Except for the hotel.
The hotel was fine. It's just that air was not
No,
very good.
Dewey.
It was pretty warm.
Saturday night, we lobby queued.
Yeah,
That
we
was
did-
sweaty
we
lobby.
did lobby
queue.
queue.
Oh my god.
It was kind of sweaty.
Hot
Sweaty
as
lobby
dick.
queue.
It felt like a pool in there. It smelled like chlorine. But people were just
There were
partying their asses
So
off. For the
many
first,
people.
like music just
Blaring down the hall. Like I was like, what is happening?
And like I think they like a bunch of people wearing all white, so I thought
Yeah.
maybe it was a bridal party.
No, but it was a ton of
I
people.
have no idea.
It had to be a bridal party, but that'd be weird. But maybe like because it was men and women, so it'd be weird if it was like a bachelorette party. Maybe they did like a
A joint party.
and everybody was like
Maybe.
I don't know. Everybody was wearing white. Everybody was partying.
out late and like having a good time. But we had a good time cubing. We team drafted my Thomas cube, my team of myself, Derek Smith, and Matthew Santillis. We took it down against the 2 of you and Dan. I trophied. I got the trophy with my Grixis good cheap cards,
Death Shadows.
mid-range Death Shadow deck.
God,
It was sick.
you were my only loss, and it was so close.
It was very
It was
close.
so close.
Yeah,
I was sniffing that trophy with a good Luris deck.
a really
With
nice
a
black
really
white
cool,
Luris
like,
deck. Really cool.
Like a Boggles Luris, like black white Boggles Luris deck.
Your
was
deck
so
looked like the Boggles Pioneer deck we played.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
that's kind of what I had in mind
Yeah.
when I was like,
That's kind of the cool.
that deck was cool.
Sick.
But anyways, good weekend overall.
Really good weekend. Yeah.
I'm just trying. Oh, that Japanese restaurant we went to Saturday night was gas. Funny. I want to tell a funny story there. So for the listeners who do not know, I have eosinophilic esophagitis, so I can't eat like a lot of food. Like I'm allergic to dairy, gluten, peanut butter, seafood, sesame, hazelnuts, peanuts, peas, and I think that's it.
Lord only knows.
So, but the only thing that will kill me on that list is peanuts and peas. Funny enough, the other stuff is from the EOE, which causes some weird crap. But Google it, learn, read a book.
Are you of all people in the car telling people to read?
I haven't read a book since like the first time I was in college.
I was about to say you don't need to finish that sentence. They don't need to know.
Yeah, but I love ramen when I can find places that can accommodate my allergies.
This is so good.
Oh,
And-
no. Aw.
I've been to places like Madison, Wisconsin when we were there for KeepCon. I had a bowl of ramen and they had gluten-free noodles. I think it was just rice noodles. And that was the first time I had a ramen in 4 years and I almost cried. So that was awesome there. But nice Japanese restaurant, kind of like it was very like fancy vibes and very affordable.
Yeah.
Very mid.
So
yeah. It was totally fine.
Oh, mine was great. So that was awesome. So
I mean, I got a lot of food.
yeah,
It was pretty good.
so they had pad thai and they had ramen, and pad thai's made of rice noodles. So I asked them like, "Hey, is it possible to do ramen and rice noodles?" And the waitress looks at me and she's like, "We don't have rice noodles." And I point at the pad thai. I'm like, "What's a pad thai's made out of?" And she's like, oh, I didn't know that. I
could do pad thai.
She's like, I could do pad thai. And I'm like, let's do pad thai. And I'm like, let's do a chicken pad thai. No peanuts, please. And so after that interaction, I was terrified there were going to be peanuts on my dish. So dinner was just hilarious.
It was a good time.
Matthew just Centillas.
Those sprouts.
Dude, he loves sprouts so much.
Sprout King.
He just took all these sprouts. He gathered all the sprouts from everybody's dishes and just gobbled them in one go.
It was just from full.
Got like a sprout radar.
It was just everyone who had sprouts. So
It's just one of those stupid things where you're with like a group of friends and you just find something really dumb and you latch on that and laugh about it. It was like one of those moments, so that was really fun. I don't know, dinner was a blast, so it was our car right now, us four, plus Silly Santilli, Dan, Michael Full, and Andy also are all from Nashville, so that was a really fun dinner, lots of laughs. I haven't interacted a ton with Andy before. He is awesome. I love him.
Yeah, Andy's really cool.
Andy's good people.
He's pretty quiet, but he's also quietly funny. Like
Yes.
one of those people. So he'll say some really funny shit. So shout out y'all for a good weekend too. Again, shout out to Tillis killing it. Shout out Dustin killing it. Everybody else is
Nice job to Garrison for
Yeah,
Garrison.
Garrison's
Top
teammate,
eight.
top 4 of the team.
It was Team Pro Tour Final Fantasy plus Garrison.
It was incredible.
It was awesome.
Yeah, so we cheered for them too because we were there when they announced it.
It's true.
Yeah, Saturday night. That was pretty funny. That was just overall great vibes. Hey, we're getting back to Nashville at like 11:30. Hippo's driving out to Lebanon.
I'm not driving to Lebanon.
Oh, you're not. You're
No.
not. You're out driving out to Spragna. You're driving somewhere else. We all got drives home. Derek and Long one.
I don't.
But
We're going to my place.
yeah, brag
My
about it.
lovely new place.
I might drive out the east, but
Are you gonna listen to some Michael Full once you get there?
you're a monster, dude.
Well, he's not wrong, is he?
That was funny. God, I can't believe you put that in there.
That's so good.
My jaw dropped when I heard the bill.
I was cackling.
I'm like, that motherfucker.
That was cackling.
Yeah. So, but getting home late, work like it's gonna be a long work day tomorrow. We are cleaning the crap out of this giant hotel that has to be extracted, and just like, it's gonna suck, but it was worth it.
Yeah, good weekend. Good hangs with people.
Very.
Yeah, it was super, super fun. Thank you so much, everyone. It was great meeting y'all, and thank you one last time to NRG and to Mark, and keep an eye out for the Common Ground Cup coming up. He's coming up fast.
Go confuse your waitresses by letting them know that pad thai is made out of rice noodles.
Any last words, Derek?
No, it was awesome. This is a great experience. Thanks for bringing me along.
Dude,
Happy
we literally could not do this without you, my guy.
You could. There would be one less seat back here. You would sprawl out. There's a map for it. Yeah.
I would lay down if it was just me back
Who
here.
would you watch play potato game?
Yeah, I would not have been able to play the potato weapons game thing.
Potato.
Killing with potato.
Potato.
Derek is always a happy addition to any trip.
Agreed.
Dude, I'm just here for vibes. It gets me away from life and plays a children's card game. What more do you want as an adult?
Oh, young adult.
Young adult. Okay, whatever.
Later, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Wait.
Okay, hello. We got plugs. We gotta do plugs.
Oh my-
If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening to the episode. You have any comments, questions, concerns, life advice, please send them my way. We have an email, commongroundmtgpod@gmail.com. That's in the description below, as well as a link to our Discord. You should come join that if you're not there already. We have awesome conversations. You can meet all of these people that we have talked about today in there. We are popping off. Sometimes we argue about hindsight.
I have no notes.
Didn't think so. I think that's it.
Yep, that's it. All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Later, everyone.
Peace out.
Bye-bye.